I lead a team of analysts within the company, and so we'll be doing work to understand what's the data telling us about how our customers are behaving, how the business is performing, what insights can we come up with that could kind of help propel the business or help us decide where we need to go. So I guess my day-to-day will be a mixture of checking in with my team, like brainstorming on their work, understanding how they're getting on, having chats around their development as well, but also lots of conversations with people around the business to understand them, their roles, what they're trying to achieve, and figure out how we can translate that into something that like data could help them be able to do their jobs even better. I think there's a lot of people who hear data and are completely put off or terrified. And I think one of the things that's really rewarding in the role is being able to actually turn someone and for you to be able to put something really simply and they understand it and actually think, wow, like I didn't realize you could get this level of insight, or like I could have this level of confidence in a decision through having the data. So I think that point of trying to make it like accessible and something that anyone can use is something that's like really rewarding for me in the role.
So you joined my mentorship program about 12 months ago, and it just kind of, if you can think back and think, well, what was it that made you take the leap and join and sign up?
My main motivator was that I was looking to be promoted within my role. I'd kind of realized that one of the things that I needed to do to be able to kind of step up was to build my influence, build my visibility around the business and with kind of more senior people, and that being something that there can sometimes be like a confidence piece that holds me back from maybe doing that. So I think, yeah, I remember seeing on LinkedIn you and seeing some of your videos and kind of listening to them and thinking, oh God, like that really like resonates with me. Like it feels like you're talking about me in that video. And so, yeah, then thought, well, do you know what, actually, maybe this is more the route that fits me rather than kind of other leadership programs that I'd thought about.
And so tell us, what have you got out of it?
I think one of the things that's been really useful is actually figuring out who I am, which sounds like a really big thing, but like particularly within my career, like I've never really thought before this course about like what are my values, like what would success look like for me, like what do I want to be known for and what am I okay not being known for. And I think I always previously saw like being good in the role is ticking the boxes that everyone else has said someone who's good in the role is, and needing everyone to think that you're brilliant at everything. And that's what being successful looks like. But actually turning it around and figuring out that, yes, I'm not the most technical person. And I may look at someone else at work and be like, wow, you're a whiz. Like, how do you even do that stuff? I don't know. But being okay and being like, well, actually, that's not the piece of the part of the role that is really important to me. It's not the bit that I get as much energy from as I do like speaking with my team, developing them, inspiring them, like seeing them grow, and actually being able to recognize that, yes, that's what I love and that's what I'm good at. And it's okay not to try and fit the molds that other people I see in that role as, but actually like trusting yourself that it's okay to have that kind of difference. And I think that's one of the things that in general as women in tech, because we see a lot of male counterparts in the same role as us, which often have a very different skill set to us as well, but starting to define the role a little bit more by like trusting that my own instincts and trusting that like I'm doing the right thing and I am seeing the results, rather than trying to turn myself into like the person that I see as the right person for the role. And then being able to hear feedback where you are called out as maybe not as strong on particular areas and be able to deal with that. Like I know when I've heard that in the past, I've freaked out, I've been out, I've panicked because it's like, oh no, someone's realized that I'm terrible at this and I'm not good enough for this role. But actually being able to be a bit more resilient to that and realize like that's someone else's view of how this role could be successful, and I can kind of come up with a different way, and I can show people a different way of kind of leading a team as well.
Yeah. So what would you say to anyone that was thinking about signing up? Is there any particular messages that you'd have?
Yeah, thinking back to when I signed up, if you're kind of seeing some of the content that's put out there about this course and thinking like, actually this really resonates with me, then that's exactly how I was feeling before, and like it's really helped me in that situation. And I think one of the things that's been like really useful for me is the like support network of other women around tech. Like I will regularly be having a little mini panic about something at work and just shoot a little Slack message off, and actually have a bunch of people come back and be like, I get it, I've been there, like I understand how you're feeling, it's okay, like, and help you kind of figure out what you want to do in that situation. And they're the sorts of things that before having this program I would have sat and stewed with on my own, because I wouldn't have wanted to bring it up to someone at work, because I wouldn't want to have broken that kind of like perfect persona I was trying to create. So I think, yeah, just having that support network is something I wasn't specifically looking for when signing up to the course, but has actually become like one of the most useful tools for me. It's so different to a network that you might build up outside of that, because it's so easy to be open. It's so easy to talk about these struggles that are going on outside of work that you might not feel comfortable talking about in work, and know that there's other people that have been there that can give you that support, that advice, without actually being like really close to the situation as well. It's just nice to get that other perspective.